So Yashwinie is involved in transforming the AI governance across domains. She's currently the inaugural Future Workers Cross Sectorial Leadership Fellow and expert on the UN's policy network of AI multitask group. And she also contributes to civil service. So Yashwinie, take it away.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Are you good on hearing me? All good?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Okay, good. I won't have my presentation go too long because I know it's been a long day for you all. What I'll be talking about today concerns my role at the United Nations. So I'm not here representing the government of Canada. I'm here as an expert of the United Nations Internet Governance Forum. And in that Internet Governance Forum, there is a policy network on AI. Before I get into it, I'll tell you a bit about me because why should you spend your time in the warm Monday listening to me? I've I've done a fellowship at Oxford, and my entire career, my very short career of 7 years, has been to do with ethics and how that impacts our day-to-day use of just ethics in life, practical ethics in life. And I like doing that in government because it's civil service, it's for the good of the world, and that's where the UN comes in. I'll stop blabbing now and go on to the agenda. In this very short presentation, because I'll leave more room for questions and chats, I'll tell you from where this PNAI came from, the policy network on AI that I'll now say PNAI. What's the point of it? And so what? It exists. So does many other AI orgs. And after this creation, what comes after it? So as usual, before diving into the topic, I'm going to first define what I mean, because AI, as I'm sure the speakers before me have mentioned, does not have a specific definition. Personally, in my work, I use technologies with AI. So today we're talking about internet governance, as in the Internet Government Forum in the UN. And this is the definition that they agree upon and the TUNI agenda for the Information Society paper. Here it says internet governance is the development and application by governments, private sector, and civil society, all three realms, in their respective roles of shared principles, norms, rules, decision-making procedures, and programs that shape the evolution and use of the internet. And that is where AI comes in, obviously. Now that we've level set, let me tell you what this PNAI is. So PNAI is a multi-stakeholder effort, meaning folks from all backgrounds, all levels of organizations, and the global south, north, whatever in between. And as the slide here says, the mandate of the IGF, as I'll call it now, calls for discussing digital public policy issues in order to foster sustainability, robustness, security, stability, and development of the internet, and to facilitate discourse between different stakeholders. Sustainability may have piqued some of your minds. This is a direct item from the Sustainable Development Goals. So this is one of the ways that the UN is actioning the Sustainable Development Goals. So the forum, the IGF forum, is also mandated to facilitate the exchange of information and best practices between those organizations and the broad sectors I mentioned before, strengthen and enhance engagement in existing and future internet governance mechanisms, especially particularly from developing countries. So in order to do all that work, they have created a policy network on AI experts. It's a handful of people, and there are 3 of those. There's one on meaningful access, one on internet fragmentation, and one on AI, which is the one that I sit on. This is the way it works. It is open to the public. It encourages everyone's involvement. And the highlighted section here is where we're at right now, me presenting to you and encouraging you all to join the general meeting that's coming up this Friday. So it's not just a lot of talk between policy wonks. It's collaboration between minds and ideas. There's a report. It's presented at the annual meetings, which this last year it was held in Japan. This year it's in Riyadh. And this wider network inputs the larger global norms of how we address technology use. I won't go through all this. This is about the paper that I just mentioned. Really, it's a report by people of all levels of jobs and across the world to input into how the UN addresses its AI work. Last year is different than this year. Last year was the first year it ever convened. And this year, we're focusing on 4 different but similar areas. We're doing environmental sustainability and the AI value chain, Sustainable Development Goals again, and I'm sure many of you know that AI takes up a lot of energy use. There's also AI governance, interoperability, and good practices, because internet, we all use it. We can't have different nations, we can't have different standards, because it just won't work. This is the one in which I am the lead writer, co-lead, along with my colleagues Caroline and Umit. I am writing on the using liability, the law, as a mechanism for ensuring AI accountability. And then the 4th half is labor issues within AI's lifecycle. So that is what we plan on working on this year. It'll be finished by September. We're looking for everyone's participation. You're all welcome to join on Friday and at the monthly meetings. And this work will contribute to that high-level advisory body. So the very large and prominent one with heads of states trying to determine how a common AI path would look like. All right, that's it for me. Thank you.